Alright, hello and welcome to LGL Week 3 Team Building and Analysis. And we're up against my good friend Geiser today. We are both 1-1, me being at +3 differential and him being at -3. So it should be a pretty good matchup. Let's see, get his team up for you. Looking at a pretty tough matchup here with vullaby, timburr, and meowth being his main pieces. Tentacool, Pumpkaboo, Bronzor, and Sandshrew all providing me a sizable threat. However, I think I've got some good strategies to beat them, and one of my strategies will be Power Herb Corphish with Dig to help beat Tentacool. This will do some fat damage to it, undoubtedly. Yeah, 43 to 60, and that's max defense, which I don't think he's ever ran in his life. It's not Eviolite, it's not defensed out of its mind. Like that. Got a good shot to Oko. And plus, I'm going to be most likely knocking off the Eviolite on the switch-in, or I'll be smacking it with the Crab Hammer on the switch-in, so I should be fine. And DD is there, just in case I get something to set up on, because at +1 this thing can go absolutely stupid on his team, especially if Meowth is already gone. It's Scarf Demora, Freeze Dry, Hyper Beam, Earth Power, and T-Wave, which once Bronzor is gone goes really good. Because they don't really have anything, except maybe Sizzlipede to take this thing's hard-hitting ice attacks. Have Refrigerate Hyper Beam just for the funnies. It could be a really good nuke against a vullaby that lives Freeze Dry if it comes down to it. Also going to do good against Tentacool because of Freeze Dry being super effective on water. Pumpkaboo also weak to ice. In Timburr, if it doesn't have Mach Punch, it'll do a lot of damage if Timburr's Eviolite is gone, I'll tell you that. It's 150 times 1.2, so it's like 180 base power, and then stab. So refrigerate. So yeah. Hyper Beam becomes an ice move. We've got the defensive Olo and Grimer to take attacks from stuff like Meowth and Timburr and knock off their Eviolites, which I do think will be quite important in this matchup. Pain Split is there for a bit of recovery, Thunder Punch for stuff like Vullaby, and what else was it for? Tentacool. Both very important things for this to hit. Poison Jab for a good stab option along with a 53% poison chance. It's about that. It's a 0.3 times and then another 0.3. So it's a pretty good chance to poison. We've got the Hazard Spamming Pineco. Rapid Spin in case they want to set up T-Spikes. I will get rid of them. I got the Rocks, Spikes, and Daboom, just in case I got to explode. Larian Farfetch, the Berry Juice variant. With max speed, just so I'm not always threatened by Vullaby. I can have a good chance to outspeed it if it isn't scarfed. Which I do have to be careful of. Vullaby can get a little crazy on me if I'm not careful. Swords Dance, just so I can nuke something. This could also possibly exploit Meowth, which is nice. And it's fairly bulky, so it can tank attacks from Timburr. And then we have Ponyta Galar. Estelle Veil will be good because of Tentacool T-Spikes if I can't get rid of them. I'd like to have something not affected by it. Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, Mystical Fire, and Protect. Protect is for Meowth Fake Out. If they're not running Faint, then this is even better. Mystical Fire, Psychic, and Dazzling Gleam is my 3 attacks. Mystical Fire for Pumpkaboo, and Sandshrew, Bronzor. So the tier 3s, Dazzling Gleam of course for Vol, and then Psychic just hits pretty much everything else for either neutral or super effective damage, which is very nice. How much is Vol going to be taking from a Dazzling Gleam? I don't imagine around 50 something, at least. 60. Say it's a choice scarf, it's taking 60, so yeah, batter one, go overcoat, but give it an Eviolite. It's bottoming out at 40. And it cannot... Well, that's an uninvested knockoff. Yeah, it looks like this has a decent chance to knock me out with its more attack, but... overall, it should be fine. I have the other stuff for vullaby, so... And Pineco blowing up on it could be a good option. I just want to set up rocks, hope they air slash or brave bird me, instead of knocking off my juice. I just rock up and then explode. Which will do quite a bit to it. If it does enough, I can just go into Ponyta afterwards. And then clean it up, if it's not weak armor. But that's going to be the team. I'm going to be battling pretty soon, but I'll just cut the recording and jump back into the game. So hopefully we win. Alright, just gonna send him the challenge. Hopefully Porygon is working today. So I think my main strategy... Alright, got pretty much everything I expected. No Pumpkaboo, which could be fine. I can't imagine it was a big problem for me. Alright, Sandshrew. Thinking that's a very, very possible lead. That link. Yep, there we go. Alright, for leads. I don't see Farfetch'd Galar as a bad lead against basically anything. Because it can pretty much always just get a knockoff and get momentum going. Well, Eugene is also a fantastic lead if he pulls out Sandshrew. You know what? I'm gonna lead it. If I get owned and he goes to Meowth, and that kinda sucks, but I will just get to fire off a pretty hard-hitting Freeze Dry. I assume that Bronzor is going to be Levitate, but it could be Heat-proof, since I don't really have a... Well, you know, I have Cubone, that has to be Levitate. Yeah. Let's see. Ideally, I want to catch Sandshrew here. Then it's a bit of a debate. Do I turn one Knock? Do I turn one Crab Hammer? Do I Dragon Dance? Do basically anything other than Dig. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think Crab Hammer into Dig kills on Tentacool, which is kind of funny. I'm just gonna fire one off. Okay, wait. Eviolite users. Bronzor and Timburr? Or this? Like, there's no way Vol has it this game. But would Tentacool have it? It's almost definitely on Timburr, I know that. Bronzor really, really wants to have it. I'm just going to Crab Hammer. Hopefully he stays in. I hit it, and it's dead. Perfect. Crit didn't matter. No way. I'm adaptability. With 17 attack, the 100 base power move, that crit did not matter. No way. Just to make sure, I will even calc it. If it was Eviolite with a good amount of bulk, then it did, but the odds were greatly in my favor. Well, it's not looking good for you, but you do have a vullaby, and that's pretty scary. And also this thing. I don't like this thing. I'm debating between Thunder Waving and freeze drying. good god. Oh, he took off my choice scarf. What a bastard. Well, that was a good read on his part. Yeah, I mean, if he read me wrong, he was dead, so... That says something, although I think I resist every attack that he can throw out in a freeze dry. Hopefully Tunnel Vision's Tentacool and doesn't notice how Bronzor completely walls this thing. Aerial Ace. Okay, now I think he's overreading me now. Damn fire. No. Okay, and then the U-turn. Oh no, he just said he had P-Brain. He must have misread a type chart or something. Also, nice U-turn killed it. Life Orb Recoil. I think he forgot to put it on 19, or didn't want to. Because it's not always great to put it on 19. Damn, I got the Tentacool. I'm gonna keep this thing's health. I think it's pretty good against Timburr. Might... No, it doesn't live a hit from vullaby, probably. But that's why I got Grimer Alola. That thing is offensive as fuck. Well, that worked. Just gonna knock. Okay, good. Him exposing Mach Punch there is great for me, because now I know how I'll have to play. Oh no, wait, it would have only mattered if I still had a Mora. Never mind. Never mind, never mind. Just trying to make sure. Yeah, if I catch a Vullaby, it's fine, because then I'll just probably sack Pineco. Honestly, it's not looking particularly great here. If I was going to set up against anything on his team, it was probably going to be Pumpkaboo. So I'm cool with just knocking off his item and going from there. That's good too. Ah, this was berry juice, okay. Do I want to just knock Vullaby? Nah. Just gonna go into Pineco and boom. It should be pretty much over now, barring something really, really unexpected. Okay, it's not Choice Scarf. Yeah, since I activated Weak Armor. I'm Weak Armor? And it kind of works for you right here, though. I don't really know. Ooh, wait, I can just knock. Oh, wait. Weak Armor. I don't need to knock. No need to be throwing here. Wait, he went for a bulkier set. Oh yeah, that really sucks, because since you're a bulkier variant, you wanted Overcoat. It's not looking good for him. This Tentacool is guaranteed to kill a vullaby at this range, so... If he has U-turn, he should probably use it. Yeah, I'm running out of ways in my head for him to be able to win. I think I would have to throw. Which is still possible, but it's looking impossible. So once this EV light's gone, it should be over. Probably have to get double crit by Drain Punch or something. You know it's really over. Oh, I was hoping I'd live that. I also live. Yeah. Pretty sure I live knock. A fairly close matchup there, 2-0. So that's kind of what I figured it would be. It was tough. I knew I probably wasn't going to sweep or anything. I just have to slowly break them down. And that's kind of how it went. I'm glad Corphish actually worked. He must not have been a poison move, which I don't blame him, because there's not a lot of things on my team you're hitting with poison very good. Especially against the team I brought. Like, just hitting neutrally. And the Dazzling Gleam was obviously for Farfetch'd Galar, which I think was a good bring. Definitely had a water move. And probably Rapid Spin. He was probably offensive with Rapid Spin, I bet. That would make quite a bit of sense. And it was probably also Berry Juice. Just gonna check that roll, see if I got really lucky on the Tentacool. Not EV light. Even 20? If it was no HP, then it was just an above, or just an average roll. The roll on my side. So I imagine he had a lot of speed and a lot of special attack. Yeah, it was a good match. Tentacool cleaning up the game this time instead of missing a high horsepower. It's not like I could miss a psychic. So I'll see you next week. We'll be fighting. Let's see who are we up against in week 4? Up against Jamal should be a good one. Jamal? Has he gone undefeated? No, lost to Pratty, so. Battle of 2-1 teams. Geiser will be facing Donut Cat next week. Should be an interesting one for him. Yeah, that's it. Stay thick and safe, everyone. I will see you next time.